let's transition and let's get back to the NFL. Let's talk about Odell Beckham, as I just got a report to my phone about how Odell Beckham is going to take some time to make his decision on which team he wants to play for next. And I'm going to give you my list of teams who I believe are the best destinations for Odell Beckham. So these are the teams that are reportedly interested in Odell Beckham: the Seattle Seahawks, the New Orleans Saints, the Kansas City Chiefs, the New England Patriots, and the Green Bay Packers. Let's talk about each team. Let's start off with the Seattle Seahawks. I don't believe that would be a good situation for Odell. And let me explain why. Seattle, they're 3-5 on the season. So they're probably not going to go to the playoffs, which means Odell will only have 9 games to play to be able to show that he still can play at a high level, to be able to get a new contract heading into next season. I don't think Seattle's going to the playoffs. They are last right now in the NFC West, right alongside the San Francisco 49ers. In the NFC West, it's all about the LA Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. I don't think Seattle's going to be a playoff team. Now, I know Russell Wilson was going to return back to action this week against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau, but the defense for Seattle was awful. They don't have a playoff caliber defense. So he's only going to have 9 games to be able to, put together a nice resume to be able to earn another contract for next season. I think he needs more time than 9 games, and they're not a playoff team. And I think Odell wants to win. He also wants to contribute offensively to whatever team he goes to, but he wants to win and be in a winning situation. I don't think Seattle's a playoff team, and I also think it's going to be a struggle for Pete Carroll to get Odell involved in the offense the way Odell wants to be involved. Now, I know you got DK Metcalf in Seattle, you got Tyler Lockett, so you got some other weapons on that receiving core for the Seattle Seahawks. But Pete Carroll, he's not an offensive guru like a Matt LaFleur, like Eric Bieniemy in Kansas City. That's not who Pete Carroll is. So I don't think Seattle would be a good destination for Odell. Now, people are talking about him going home and playing for the New Orleans Saints. I don't think that's a good destination for Odell Beckham because Trevor Siemian will not be able to get Odell Beckham the football the way he wants to get the football. You thought it was going to be bad with Baker Mayfield. Can you imagine playing with Trevor Siemian? This ain't Drew Brees, Odell. This ain't Jameis Winston. This is Trevor Siemian. And then Michael Thomas, he's already out for the season because if Michael Thomas was playing, you could make an argument that Odell would get some targets because Michael Thomas, when he's healthy, he's one of the best receivers in the NFL. So Michael Thomas, would have all of the, coverage on his side of the field. So Odell would have an opportunity to thrive on the opposite side of Michael Thomas. That's not the case. And because that's not the case, I don't think the Saints are a good fit for Odell right now. Trevor Siemian, he's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Patrick Mahomes, and he's not Russell Wilson. So he's going to struggle being able to get the ball. You thought he was complaining with Baker, it would be even worse with Trevor Siemian. Now, let's talk about the Chiefs. This is actually my second team on my list for why I think would be a good fit for Odell. But the Chiefs' offense is struggling right now. They're struggling right now. They only scored 13 points last week against the Packers. And the Chiefs' offense this season, they haven't been very good. And they haven't been the same Chiefs offense like they have been in years past. We are used to the Chiefs putting up 25, 30 points per game. That hasn't been the case this season. It's been a struggle. So that's one of the reasons why I don't believe it will be a good fit with Kansas City. Although I do believe it will be a great fit because Patrick Mahomes is an elite quarterback who can get Odell Beckham the football. And he's a quarterback who can make plays off script, just like Aaron Rodgers and just like Russell Wilson. Trevor Siemian also, he doesn't have that ability. He can't make plays off script. So that's one, pro for Odell going to play in Kansas City is Mahomes can make plays off script. But also, this is something else to keep in mind for Odell if he went to Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, this is going into week 9. This could have changed, but it was going into week 9 against the Packers. Tyreek Hill, he leads the NFL in targets with 90. He was tied for first. Also, Travis Kelce, he has 71 targets, which is 7th in the NFL. This was before the week 9 matchup against the Packers. So whenever Mahomes is in trouble, he's looking for number 10 and number 87. So, that's something you got to consider if you're Odell Beckham. You're not going to be the first or second option that Patrick Mahomes is going to look to when he's in trouble. You're not. So he's looking for Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. So those are my 2 issues with the Chiefs. Their offense is struggling, and when Mahomes is in trouble, he's looking for Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. Now let's talk about the New England Patriots. I do believe that this would be a good fit for Odell Beckham as far as the system. He would be the number 1 receiver on that Patriots team. Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick, they will find ways to get Odell Beckham the football in their offense. And also, the Patriots are ascending, not descending, like the Chiefs or like the Saints. Patriots, they're 4-4 in the season. They're second right now in the AFC East, but they have an opportunity to make the playoffs and possibly compete in the AFC, especially as a wild card. But I got questions about whether or not Odell would have the right chemistry with Mac Jones. I think it may be a struggle for Mac Jones to get Odell Beckham the football. Now, I do believe Belichick and McDaniels will have a game plan in place for Odell to be involved in the offense. I just don't know if Mac Jones has the skill set to get Odell Beckham the football like he wants. Let me tell you somebody who do got the skill set to get Odell Beckham the football like he wants. That would be the Green Bay Packers. And there's multiple reasons why I believe Odell Beckham should sign with the Green Bay Packers. Not only because I'm a Packers fan and I've pleaded for the Packers in the past to trade for Odell, but also because when you look at the Packers and who gets the football on their team, right? Davante Adams, he gets 54% of targets from Aaron Rodgers. Odell Beckham is better than Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Odell Beckham is better than Allen Lazard. He's better than Randall Cobb. So Odell pairing up with Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers would be unstoppable because the opposing team's best corner is going to guard Davante. So that means Odell would be matched up with the opposing team's second best corner, and that's a matchup that I believe Aaron Rodgers and Odell Beckham would be able to take advantage of when they go up against these teams later in the season, and especially once we get close to the playoffs. So I think the Packers are a perfect fit for Odell. Also, everyone's talking about how we don't know if Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams is going to return back to the Packers next season. Like, a lot of stuff is unclear in Green Bay, but I think that's why this is a perfect situation for Odell. Odell, he's not about to sign a long-term deal. This is a short-term deal for Odell to be able to show why he still can play at a very, very high level and why he deserves a contract for a new team after this season. Now, you never know. Packers could go on to win the Super Bowl. They could re-sign Odell to a long-term deal right along with Davante Adams if they both decide to give up money and sacrifice for the team. But this is not a situation where Odell has to sign and be there long-term. That's why I believe it's a perfect situation for Odell. It's for the short term for now. You only got to be in Green Bay, Odell, for the next 3 months. And then after that, you can go back to LA, where you do have a home. Also, in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, he's a superstar who right now publicly is getting a lot of criticism because of him lying about being vaccinated. So that would be a perfect situation for Odell to go and thrive in because Aaron Rodgers is getting all the criticism right now. If Odell went to New Orleans and was playing with the Saints, if he's not playing well and he's complaining about not getting targets and not getting the football, he's going to get all the criticism in the media. So I think with Green Bay, it will be a perfect situation where Odell Beckham could fly under the radar. He could fly under the radar, and he is the second best receiver on the team. Davante Adams is the man in Green Bay. So here's my list when it comes to fit for Odell. Number 5 is the Saints, because I don't like Trevor Siemian. I don't think Trevor Siemian can get Odell Beckham the football the way some of these other elite quarterbacks can get him, like Russell Wilson, like Aaron Rodgers, and like Patrick Mahomes. So I think that's a bad fit because of the quarterback. 4, the Seattle Seahawks. They only got 9 games left in the season. I think Odell Beckham will need to perform well in the playoffs. He's only played in 1 playoff game, and that was in Green Bay at Lambeau the week after he had went on a boat trip with other teammates with the Giants. I remember that. He didn't play well in that game. He was very, very underwhelming, his performance was, to say the least. So Seattle at 3-5 on the season, I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. I do believe it will be a good fit when it comes to Russell Wilson being an elite quarterback who can get Odell Beckham the football. But I don't know about the system and if Pete Carroll can get Odell Beckham the football. But I do know off script, Russell Wilson can get Odell the football. But they're my 4th team. My 3rd team would be the New England Patriots, because I like Odell with Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels. I think in that system, they would have a game plan to get Odell Beckham the football. I just don't know if Mac Jones has the skill set to get Odell Beckham the football the way Russell Wilson can, the way Aaron Rodgers can, or the way Patrick Mahomes can. So the same way I feel about Trevor Siemian in New Orleans, that's the same way I feel about Mac Jones in New England. I don't know if he can get Odell Beckham the football the way he wants. My 2nd team would be the Kansas City Chiefs, because Patrick Mahomes can make plays off script. So I think they would be a good fit for Odell. But again, on their team, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, they lead the team in total targets per game. So whenever Patrick Mahomes is in trouble, he's looking for number 10 and number 87. So I think Odell would struggle to get targets like he would want. But I think he would get a lot of targets in Green Bay, being the 2nd option behind Davante Adams and having the advantage of going up against the opposing team's 2nd best defensive back. I think Odell Beckham will win that matchup 10 times out of 10. And I think Aaron Rodgers will be able to get him the football off script. And the Packers are a team who's going to be playing in January in the playoffs. And so, again, Odell Beckham is a player who hasn't played well in the postseason, like I mentioned earlier. So he'll get an opportunity to play with an elite Hall of Fame quarterback, an elite receiver in Davante Adams, and on a team that will be competing in the playoffs in January. And also, he's going to be playing for a coach in Matt LaFleur who's going to scheme him open. He'll be open just because Matt LaFleur is so great at being able to scheme players open, so he'll get the football in the natural flow of the offense. It won't be forced. It won't be forced. He'll get the ball in the natural flow of the offense. So I think the Packers are the best destination for Odell Beckham. And again, he would be the 2nd best receiver on the Packers team. He would be better than MVS, better than Alan Lazard, and better than Randall Cobb. So those are my list of teams where I believe Odell Beckham should play. 5 Saints, 4 Seahawks, 3 Patriots, 2 Chiefs, 1 Packers.